In this lesson, we'll learn how to start a simple web application using HTML, JavaScript, Node.js, and the Express.js framework. We'll use the Visual Studio Code editor because we'll be using it in the future as well. But you can use any you prefer, Sublime Editor, IDEA, whatever you want. With it, let's go to the code. The very first thing we have to do is to create a new directory, let's call it, for example, Web3 Waves, and open it in our editor. I already created the Web3 Waves directory and opened it in my editor in the Visual Studio Code. Let's create a new HTML file, index.html, in the Web3 Waves folder. I've already created this file. The content of index.html should be as you see here. It is pretty simple and straightforward. We have only one head tag, the header of the document, with one meta tag, title, and one CSS file included. And also we have a body with one header1 tag with very simple text, hello waves. Now, to run a simple web server, we have to download and install Node.js. You can find instructions on the Node.js official website at nodejs.org. The required steps are different depending on the platform, so please make sure you're using the right one. After we install Node.js, we have to open the terminal or command line and check installed versions of Node.js and NPM. Actually, I almost every day use Node.js and NPM, so I installed them like a couple years ago and always update them. Now, to run that we actually have Node.js and NPM, let's run two simple commands. The first one is node-v. It should print the current version of Node.js. And the second one is npm-v. It also prints the current version of NPM, Node Package Manager. They both should print current versions without any errors. Now we have to create a package.json file in the project directory, which describes the project. Here you can see its name, version, and dependencies. So the name in my case is mweb3 demo waves. The version is 0.1.0, and I have only one dependency of Express. Express is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features for web applications. In our case, we will use Express as a simple web server. This package.json file just describes dependencies. To actually install all the dependencies, we have to run a command npm install. Let's do it. Looks like everything is okay. How can we understand and make sure that we installed all the dependencies? Now we have a node modules directory and we also have a new file packagelog.json. So now we are ready to create our first simple server, our one-page application. Let's create a file called server.js and start writing code. Actually, I already did it. Our server has only one feature. When a user requests the web server on the root path, here is it, it should serve index.html file. Express framework will take that index.html file from our current directory, from our current working directory. So Express actually will send the index.html file to the browser once the user has opened the website page. Also, I describe here the default port I'd like to run my web server, and here are two lines with some useful information to print out in our console, like debugging information, the current working directory, and the port number we are working on. Now we can run our server using the node server.js command. Looks like it works. Note that This just allows us to open the index page and nothing else. To check that everything works fine, we have to open the website. By default, the server should run on the local host using port number 5000. And it also printed here that it is listening port number 5000. So let's go to our web browser and try to open localhost port number 5000. Great. It works. Okay, that was the first very simple example and basics of web development. But now we can run HTML and JavaScript as a website and open it in a browser. Let's go deeper into web development. In the next part, we will learn one of the most popular front-end frameworks, React.js. React is needed because we are going to use it in our final project, the Coupon Bazaar project.